Welcome to the world of trading, where the pursuit of profit can be both exhilarating and challenging. If you're someone who's been trying to crack the code on profitable trading strategies, then you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to reveal the biggest secret that traders are keeping from you: CPR pivot points. This powerful indicator is not only easy to use, but it can also help you identify key support and resistance levels, giving you an edge in the markets. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take your trading game to the next level with CPR pivot points. Because in this video, we will give an amazing strategy with this pivot points indicator. CPR pivot points are a popular trading indicator used to identify potential levels of support and resistance in the market. The CPR stands for Camarilla Pivot Range, and the indicator is based on a mathematical formula that calculates key price levels based on the previous day's high, low, and close. By plotting these levels on a chart, traders can identify potential areas where the market may experience a change in direction or momentum. CPR pivot points can be especially useful for day traders and scalpers who are looking to quickly identify trading opportunities and manage their risk. Overall, CPR pivot points are a simple yet effective tool for traders to add to their toolkit, providing valuable insights into market trends and potential trading opportunities. So, now that you understand better why this indicator is useful, we will add it to the chart. We are going to look for the indicator in TradingView and write SDCPR and choose the one that was created by Satoshi Trades. And we are going to modify the style. We uncheck everything except daily TC, daily PP, and daily BC. And we are going to change the color to orange of these three options. And then we're going to increase the opacity to 90%. Now we go to Inputs, and we are going to modify the number of daily back from 7 to 100. And we already have our pivot points indicator ready. Okay, we will go on to give an explanation of what information this indicator shows us. The upper line is the top center pivot range. The middle line is the previously discussed pivot line, meaning that this is the average of the high, low, and close. Finally, the bottom line is the bottom of the central pivot range. Now that we know how the indicator works, let's see how we can use this indicator to read the market. With the pivot points, we can find supports and resistances. As we can see in this example, the market is sideways. And we see that the areas that the pivot points gave us served as support and resistance for the following candles. We can also see that this indicator shows us when the market is trending. As we can see now, the price has developed below the pivot points consecutively. This shows us that the price is in a downtrend. In the same way, when the price is above the pivot points consecutively, we can see that the price is in an uptrend. In this example of Bitcoin with a time frame of 1 hour, we see that it has had upward movements lately, and the indicator has shown us the same information. As you can see, the price has developed above the pivot points. Another way to see if we are in an uptrend is when the areas that give us the pivot points are getting higher. In this example of Euro-Dollar with a time frame of 1 hour, we see that it has been uptrend lately, and the indicator has shown us that the pivot point areas are getting higher, with which we could have had winning trades following the trend. And this works the same way for a downtrend, when the zones that give us the pivot points are lower and lower. In the same chart of Euro-Dollar, We see that it has had a bearish trend lately, and the indicator has shown us that the areas of the pivot points are getting lower. You may wonder, why are we analyzing a 1-hour time frame? The answer is because the zones that the indicator marks us are based on a daily mathematical calculation. If we see the indicator in a 1-minute time frame, we will see that the zones that are drawn with the indicator are very large, so we will not be able to make scalping or open several operations in a day based on the pivot points. With a 1-hour time frame, we can see pivot points clearly and take more accurate trades based on the information we receive. Okay, now that you understand better how the indicator works and the information it gives us, I am going to explain a strategy that you can apply and obtain incredible results. First, we must detect a trend and see a possible trend break. Once we detect this, we are going to confirm the input with the pivot points. Now we have an example in SP 500 E-mini futures, and let's see an example of short trading. We can clearly see an uptrend, but we see that after drawing a trend line, the price is no longer respecting its trend continuation. And we see that the area marked by the pivot point indicator is very narrow. This means that the strength of the trend is decreasing. So after seeing this, our confirmation for a short trade is to see a price rejection, that is, we see a decision candle against the current trend. And we can see this candle here because it has more body than shadows. So we're going to take a short trade. We set our stop loss at the top of the pivot point indicator. And our take profit will be with a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 1.5. We see that it was a winning trade. Now we will see an example of a long trade. Now we have an example in US 30, and we are going to see an example of a long trade. We can clearly see a downtrend, but we see that after drawing a trend line, the price is no longer respecting its trend continuation. And we see that the area marked by the pivot point indicator is very narrow. This means that the strength of the trend is weaker. Seeing this, our confirmation for a short trade is to see a price rejection, that is, we see a bullish decision candle. And we can see this candle here because it has more body than shadows. So we're going to take a long trade. We set our stop loss at the bottom of the pivot point indicator. And our take profit will be with a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 1.5. We see that this was also a winning trade. Before we wrap up, we hope you found this video on CPR pivot points insightful and informative. Remember, these powerful indicators can be a game changer in your trading strategy, helping you unlock hidden opportunities in the markets. If you're eager to learn more and stay updated with our latest trading tips, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We put in a lot of effort to bring you valuable content, and we appreciate your support. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's take your trading skills to new heights. Happy trading!